Good morning. Let's see what occurred on my day off. Humdinger of a match, Aston Villa and Liverpool. Nothing much for Liverpool to play for. Champions League football assured, can't win the title. Aston Villa, European football still. But that will make Tottenham's match with Manchester City even more important for Tottenham. A win today takes them to 65 points and within grasp of Aston Villa. But they do still retain a Champions League spot and still will do today, dependent on what Tottenham do. But it's a night for 80s new romantic bands. Duran Duran getting the two late goals. Simon Le Bon popping up on the back stick. Lecce Udinese, relegation 6-pointer. Fiorentina needed the win as well for European football. Did Monza score first? Indeed they did. So we had a potential angle in there. Bang, bang, done by half time. If you wanted to lay the draw second half, Arthur Melo turned up, 78th minute. Important win for Udinese, putting to bed that set of draw sequences. They've got a new manager. And look at that, they've shot up now to 15th from being in the bottom three. Vital win under Fabio Cannavaro. Lecce are safe enough, you'd argue, but only 5 points above the relegation zone. And I think 2 matches or so remaining. NAC Breda and Roda. NAC Breda take the first leg against Roda, so Roda must do something second leg. It might have been a tighter match than you'd expect, with one of the goals being a penalty. And Barcelona, easy does it against Sociedad. It was a match Sociedad did have something to play for, but a really good result. Just topped off by a penalty at the end, so a tight affair. Sociedad's desire for European football dented a little by that result, but they still stay in 7th. They have a realistic opportunity of Europa League football, particularly if they had that win yesterday. Barcelona guaranteed Champions League football. Their only squabble really is whether they want to finish in the top 2. Looking on to today, and just been alluded to with Aston Villa dropping points yesterday. Tottenham can try and maintain an assault on that 4th Champions League spot with a win today. Take them to 67 points, which will be 66 points. Sorry. Man City, of course, have to win. They go top with a win today. So, interesting match. It's not all game over. Tottenham, though, have shown their weaknesses with 3 or 4 recent defeats against some of the big guns. And a couple of London derbies there as well. Eredivisie relegation playoffs. I'm not going to give you any angles. I can't give you any angles, really, because there aren't any pre-match angles. It's either going to be a tight match or it's going to be a goal fest. As you saw, the championship playoffs were all 0-0s. In La Liga, I've done the full research for you at footballtradingprofits.com, so you can have a read of that if you want. But this stage of the season, it's all about motivating factors, isn't it? So let's have a look. Osasuna and Mallorca, you'd argue this is more to do with the bottom of the table. Indeed. Mallorca and Osasuna pushing away from the bottom 3 with matches running out. 29 to 35, that's 2 consecutive wins required to catch Mallorca. And that's with Mallorca's staying as they were on 35 points. So a win today for Mallorca takes them up to 38. Osasuna are pretty much guaranteed safety. But a win today takes them all the way up to 43rd and a top 10 berth. So plenty of motivation really for Osasuna to get into the top 10. And for Mallorca to try and maintain their position outside of the bottom 3. Real Madrid and Alaves, it's I would suspect season over. Real Madrid will be presented with the title this evening. So that's a motivating factor. Get a win today. Alaves, safe as houses. 13 points above the relegation zone. 12 points to Real Sociedad in 7th. You feel that Alaves' season is over. They'll be delighted with mid-table and another tilt at La Liga next season. Girona and Villarreal the offshoot of Manchester City. That's probably why they're in the top three from out of nowhere. Champions League football is attained by Girona. Their season is done. It's all about whether they want the league position, whether they want to finish second. A win today, they'll just swap positions with Barcelona, having played a game more than Barcelona today. Villarreal have in mind Europa Conference League qualifiers at the very least. 6 points shy of that. Having a really good season, Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine. So this could be a more competitive fixture than we'd expect, at least given the odds, but we will see. In the Czech Fortuna League, a couple of odds-on favourites at home. Mladá Boleslav and Sparta Prague. So I'll keep an eye on those two today. Just thought I'd input the Professional Development League just based on the fact it tends to be an over 2.5 goal league. And you can have a look at the recent head-to-heads. Make sure whether that pattern continues with these two sides. Well, Barnsley have had a couple of 2-0 results. But look at this for, is it Burnley? Yeah, Burnley under 21s. Look at the over 2.5 goal pattern there. So you might see something today in these matches. So I would ask you to do head-to-heads in these if you fancy an over 2.5 goal play. Rangers against Dundee. I've done the full research for you at footballtradingprofits.com. Having a look at the standings. Let's have a look. Celtic 6 points shy of Rangers, 6 points shy of Celtic, and really put their hopes to bed with that 2-1 loss to Celtic. Dundee on 41 wouldn't be going anywhere with a win today, but they can have a tilt at that Conference League qualifying spot. I think there'll be a couple of matches left in there. Early for the Superettan and 2.25 the favourite. Give that a miss. 2 odds on favourites in the Super League relegation group. Strange to see Basel in a relegation group. They're normally vying for the title, so not the best season. They look the standout though, don't they, of these 5? They're on a run of 3 consecutive draws. See if they can end them when the market expects them to end them. Lausanne Ushi, I think, might be newly promoted. Certainly Yverdon are newly promoted. So those are the games today. Let's have a look at the tennis from yesterday. Always worthy of our attention because these high quality tournaments in the run-up to 3 Grand Slam tournaments. Igor Alissiem did win the first set against Alex de Minaur, who came back second set. That's what we're after. Stefanos Tsitsipas given a good run by Cameron Norrie. Second set, couldn't quite cross the line. Great result from Muller, suggesting some injury concerns for Rublev, who is the form player at the moment. Not really a trade for me, although I note late on, I would have got involved. I think when his odds hit about 1.05, Muller's Rublev could try to make it difficult for him to see the match out. But obviously something amiss, or maybe Muller was just above his game. I think some fatigue for Rublev. It'll have to be sorted out though, because we've got a Grand Slam coming up. Napolitano did win the second set, again in front of Italian support. So do watch out for the flags. That could be an angle in itself. Locals playing in the local tournament. That was about it really in the men's game. In the ladies' game, let's have a look. Not much doing there, although Badoza did win the first set and Goff immediately corrected that. I thought Swiatek's odds were a little dismissive, and indeed we did get a move from the odds. As I saw with Novak Djokovic, lay these players at these odds at the off. Anything can happen. They could pull a muscle. And Kerber is also ran at all. She used to be up there or thereabouts. Obviously coming back. But really good, tight first set. Did get an odd swing, but this is what you expect of 103. Job done. Skramkova beating at least winning the first set against Ostapenko. 1.29, fighting back there. So nice and simple technique. We're just looking for techniques now to get in early. Get in at low liability. So today's Tennis, just have a quick idea. I do like Taylor Fritz, but Grigor Dimitrov is going to give him a good run for his money. But if Dimitrov wins the first set, I'll certainly be on Taylor Fritz to equalise. Montero's put in a couple of good performances of late. Zverev looks to be back to his best. Do look out for Italians. We don't have any Italians left in Rome, which is a pity. De Minaur, fresh from playing yesterday. I think Tsitsipas did as well. Could be more competitive than 1.36 odds, that one. Swiatek, again, 1.08. Got to be laid. Low liability, maximal upside. So have a great day today. I will see you throughout the day for the tennis before I lose my voice. Interesting enough set of fixtures. Again, motivation is the key factor for us at this stage of the season. I'll see you a little bit later on.